Before we begin this morning prayer, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like this video. When you do, you're helping this space grow into a daily source of peace and comfort for others, just like it is. God, this morning, I'm not asking for much. I'm not asking for miracles or mountains to move. I'm not asking for sudden breakthroughs or perfect answers. I just want peace, quiet, steady, grounding peace. I want to breathe without tension. I want to think without spiraling. I want to move through this day with a heart that isn't constantly bracing for impact. I want to feel safe in my own body, in my own thoughts, in my own pace. Let this be a peaceful day, not because everything will go smoothly, but because I choose not to fight what I can't control, because I choose to live today from a softer place. I know that peace doesn't always mean silence. It doesn't mean everything outside of me has to calm down. It means something inside of me is no longer at war. That's what I long for today. The kind of peace that isn't shaken by traffic or to-do lists or unexpected delays. The kind of peace that stays when I'm tired, that holds me steady when I feel pulled in too many directions. The kind that isn't temporary or performative, but real, deep, present. Peace that doesn't have to be. There are days when I wake up and already feel behind, already feel like I've failed before I've even started, already feel like I'm holding a breath I forgot to release. But not today. Today, I want to reset that rhythm. I want to inhale grace. I want to exhale fear. I want to breathe slowly, not because everything is perfect, but because I'm allowed to pause. I'm allowed to take up space without apology. I'm allowed to be still. I'm allowed to protect my peace. Let this be a day where I don't get pulled into every noise that demands my attention. A day where I turn down the volume of urgency, where I mute the inner critic, where I listen more closely to what's real and true. Let this be a day where I don't rush past my own heart, where I give myself permission to move gently, where I remind myself that slowness is not laziness, it's intentional living. It's what my soul needs right now. God, help me recognize what steals my peace. The habits, the thoughts, the conversations, the need to please, the urge to fix what isn't mine to carry. Help me notice the moment my shoulders tense up, the moment my voice gets tight, the moment my thoughts start racing. Let me stop right there. Let me not follow that path again. Let me choose stillness instead. Let me come back to the center, to breath, to you. I don't want to live from a place of panic anymore. I don't want to keep proving, performing, pushing. I want to live from a place of presence, from the belief that peace isn't something I'll find at the end of a long road. It's something I can receive right here before anything gets done, before the tasks are complete, before the inbox is clear, before the schedule is handled. I can have peace now, even with things unfinished, even with emotions still unprocessed, even with life still uncertain, because peace doesn't depend on perfection. It depends on perspective. It depends on presence. It depends on. Help me protect my peace, God, not by building walls, but by setting boundaries. Not by isolating, but by honoring what my spirit needs. If I need quiet, let me seek it. If I need movement, let me find it. If I need rest, let me not apologize for it. If I need solitude, let me not feel guilty. If I need joy, let me lean into it without asking permission. Help me meet this day with intention, not anxiety, with openness, not obligation. Let today be marked by calm responses, by deep breaths before reacting, by pauses that give space for better choices. Let me be someone who carries peace into the spaces I enter, who doesn't match the chaos of the room, but softens it, who doesn't add to the noise, but brings a quiet strength. Let my presence say, "You're safe here." Even if I say nothing at all. If I'm around people today, let peace guide my words. Let me be gentle in conversations. Let me be patient with those who need time. Let me assume the best. Let me release the need to be right. Let me create harmony, not tension. Let me speak with clarity and calm, and let others feel more at ease, because I chose softness over sharpness. God, remind me today that I don't have to carry every burden, that some things can wait, that some things were never mine to hold, that you are already working behind the scenes on things I don't even know how to pray for, that I can loosen my grip and still be held, that I can do less and still be enough, that I can be still and still be safe. Let peace not just be something I talk about, but something I carry, something I feel deep in my chest, something I extend to others, even in traffic, even in waiting rooms, even when plans fall apart. Let peace become my rhythm, my resting place, my default setting. Not because I'm unbothered, but because I'm grounded in something deeper, because I know you're with me, and that's enough. So here I am, God, with open hands, with a soft heart, with a simple request. Let this be a peaceful day. Let it begin here. God, as this morning stretches forward, I want to stay in this place, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. I want to remain grounded in peace, not pulled by distraction. I don't want to be swept away by the first stressful moment, the first unexpected change, the first noise that tries to break my calm. I want to remember what I prayed when the day was still quiet, that I want to carry peace through everything, not just feel it when nothing's going wrong. Sometimes the smallest things can shake my sense of peace. A message that catches me off guard, a delay I didn't expect, a misunderstanding I wasn't ready for. But today, I don't want to be so quick to let those things take over. I want to pause. I want to return to breath. I want to say to myself, you don't have to react from fear. You can respond from peace. I want that to be my rhythm. Let today be a day where I'm more rooted than reactive, where I respond with intention instead of impulse, where I hear something hard but don't carry it like a wound, where I see something disappointing but don't make it a reflection of my worth, where I encounter someone stressed and instead of absorbing their energy, I offer something calm. I don't want to match the chaos. I want to be a quiet invitation to something softer. Let me notice when my thoughts start running too fast, when my inner voice turns sharp, when my body tightens. Let me notice it early, so I can slow it down. Let me remember that I don't have to believe every anxious thought. I don't have to fix everything that feels urgent. I don't have to prove anything in order to be valuable. I am allowed to be soft, even in a world that celebrates stress. God, help me not to fear stillness. Sometimes I stay busy just to avoid what I'm feeling. I fill the hours so I don't have to face the ache underneath. But what if stillness isn't the enemy? What if it's where you speak the clearest? What if it's where my soul is actually heard? Help me not to run from the quiet. Help me rest in it. Help me see it not as emptiness, but as a wide open space for grace to move through me. Let this be a day where silence is a friend, not something awkward I try to fill, where I let myself just be without performance, where I slow down long enough to taste my food, feel the warmth of a mug in my hands, hear the birds outside my window, sense my own heartbeat, and realize this is life, not the rush, not the deadlines, not the lists. This quiet, breathing, feeling moment. Let this be a day where I give myself permission to do less and feel more, where I stop measuring my worth by how much I accomplished, and start honoring my worth by how well I stayed connected to myself. Let my schedule not be the dictator of my peace. Let peace be the voice I follow, even when it leads me to take things off the list, to rest when I could work, to be honest when I could pretend. And if today goes nothing like I expected, help me not to panic. Help me pivot with grace. Help me say, this wasn't the plan, but maybe peace is still possible here. Maybe peace isn't found in having everything go right, but in letting go of what doesn't need to be held. Maybe peace is what happens when I surrender to what is, instead of fighting for what should have been. Maybe peace comes not from control, but from trust. Let me trust you more deeply today. Not in a loud, performative way, but in a quiet, settled way. Let me wake up my trust when it starts to sleep. Let me stretch it gently when I feel it shrinking. Let me lean into it when things don't make sense. Let me hold on to it like a thread of gold running through this whole day, tying all the loose ends together in ways I can't yet see. Remind me that I'm not doing this alone, that even when no one else sees how hard I'm trying to stay grounded, you see, you know the energy it takes to stay soft, to stay calm, to not react, to not spiral. You honor those invisible efforts. You meet me in the places where I feel like I'm barely holding it together, and you whisper, you're doing just fine. Keep going. So I keep going, not with anxiety, but with ease, not with panic, but with permission to move slowly. I keep going, not because I have to prove anything, but because I want to live from a peaceful place. I want to remember that life doesn't ask for my exhaustion. It asks for my presence, for my attention, for my willingness to notice beauty, even when it's quiet, even when it's hidden in the corners of my day. Let this be a peaceful day, God. Let it feel like exhaling after holding my breath too long. Let it feel like a hand resting gently on my back, reminding me I don't have to carry everything. Let it feel like a gentle tide, not a crashing wave. Let it feel like grace that doesn't ask me to rush, to push, to hurry, but invites me to breathe and be. I choose peace today. Even if I have to choose it again and again, even if I forget and return to it later, even if I don't feel it every moment, I still choose it, and that choice matters. Sometimes peace feels like a whisper I can barely hear. Sometimes it feels like something fragile, like it could disappear the second something goes wrong. But I know now, peace is stronger than it looks. It's not passive, it's powerful. It doesn't mean I avoid conflict. It means I don't let it shake me. It doesn't mean I won't feel anger or fear. It means I don't let those feelings define me. Peace is what holds me steady in the middle of everything else, and I want to lean into that kind of strength today. God, remind me to unclench, to soften my hands, my jaw, my shoulders, to check in with myself throughout the day. How am I breathing? Where am I holding tension? What am I worrying about that isn't mine to fix? What can I release? Not in defeat, but in trust. Show me that letting go is not the same as giving up. It's making space. It's giving you room to move. It's choosing not to carry what's too heavy for me. Let peace guide me in my decisions today. When I'm unsure, let peace be the voice that helps me choose. When I'm tempted to say yes out of fear, remind me I can say no from love. When I feel the pressure to perform, remind me I can show up just as I am. When I feel scattered, bring me back to what matters. Bring me back to what's enough. If I get overwhelmed today, help me return to simplicity. Maybe it's a glass of water, a walk outside, a moment of quiet, a reminder that I don't have to do everything right now. Let me take things one step at a time. Let me slow the pace until I find myself again. Let peace feel like a gentle rhythm I can walk in even when things around me feel fast. God, let my peace become someone else's peace too. Let the calm I carry create a ripple. Let the softness I choose make space for someone else to breathe easier. Let me listen without rushing. Let me respond with grace. Let me forgive quickly. Let me not hold on to things that only steal my joy. Let my peace be a quiet gift to the people I pass today. Help me not mistake numbness for peace. Let me not shut down in the name of self-protection. Let me remain tender, open, curious, present. Let me feel without drowning. Let me care without collapsing. Let me stay soft without becoming a sponge for everyone else's pain. Let me know the difference between empathy and enmeshment. Let me feel what's mine and release what's not. If my mind starts to spiral, help me interrupt it with gentleness. Help me speak to myself like someone I love. You're okay. You're safe. You're doing your best. Let those be the words I come back to when I forget how to breathe. Let that be the language of peace in my inner world. Not loud, not forceful, just soft, constant truth that holds me steady. Let me trust that peace is not a reward I have to earn, but a gift that I can receive again and again every time I return to this moment, every time I stop running, every time I remember that you're here and I don't have to do this alone. So I breathe again, I let go again, I come back again, and I say, let this still be a peaceful day. God, thank you for this peace that has carried me through the morning. I feel it not like a burst of energy or a flood of excitement, but like a steady hand resting on my back, like the quiet sense that I'm allowed to be here, just as I am, that I don't have to change anything about myself to be welcome in this moment, that I can live gently, and that gentleness can be strong. If unexpected things come, news I wasn't ready for, emotions I didn't expect, help me not to panic. Help me hold space for it all without letting it steal the calm I've built. Let me feel what I feel, but not be ruled by it. Let me process, not absorb. Let me stand, not crumble. I can feel deeply and still remain grounded. That's the peace I want to carry through the rest of the day. Let my body be at peace, too. Let my shoulders drop. Let my chest loosen. Let my breath stay deep. Let my steps be unrushed. Let my hands move gently. Let every part of me reflect this quiet steadiness. I don't want peace to be something I just think about. I want it to live in my posture, my presence, my pace. God, protect this peace, not by removing every challenge, but by anchoring me through them. Let me remember that I can return to stillness in any moment. I can close my eyes for just a second. I can breathe. I can whisper your name. I can press pause. I can reset. Let me not wait for the perfect moment to come back to peace. Let me come back to it in the middle of the mess. Let me delight in what's simple. The rhythm of routine, the taste of something warm, the flicker of light through the trees, a moment of connection, a shared laugh, a task done slowly, with care. These are not small things. These are not distractions from real life. They are the life I want to live, the kind of life where I don't need constant stimulation to feel alive, where stillness is not boring but beautiful. Let me keep choosing peace, even when noise is easier, even when complaining would feel more satisfying, even when reacting would feel more powerful, even when proving a point would feed my ego. Let me choose peace, not because I'm weak, but because I'm learning what matters. Because I'm learning that peace isn't about being passive, it's about being deeply rooted in what is real and good and true. If I've forgotten at any point today that I have access to peace, bring me back. If I've lost it, remind me it's never too late to return. Peace doesn't leave me. I just get distracted. It's still here, underneath the worry, beneath the rush, within the noise, always waiting for me to notice, to slow down, to soften, to breathe. So I slow down again, I soften again, I breathe again. And I say thank you for the kind of peace that doesn't ask me to escape my life, but invites me to be more fully in it. For the kind of peace that doesn't fix everything, but holds me while I live inside the questions. For the kind of peace that reminds me I'm not doing this alone. God, let the rest of this day feel gentle. Let it move with grace. Let it feel like a continuation of the calm you planted in me. Let that calm grow, spread, and settle deeper with every hour. And when the day ends, let me lay my head down, not in exhaustion, but in quiet gratitude. Not in defeat, but in peace. Because this day, this ordinary, quiet, beautiful day, was full of what I needed most: a heart at rest, a spirit at ease, a mind uncluttered by fear. And that is more than enough. Let this still be a peaceful day, all the way to the end. Amen.